All right, welcome aboard. Another episode of Scuttlebutt Today. Um, we have several topics available. Looks like we Dr. Seuss is still trending on on the Twitter sphere, along with comedian Chris D'Elia, Alzheimer's in America, SF Gate, um, the Coof, and like Texas and Mississippi opening back up, Eminem. Um, so we got uh, we got a few things that we could talk about today. Um, I wasn't really planning on talking about Dr. Seuss again since I talked about it last night, but I guess since it's still showing up, we'll talk about it. Um, so let me go ahead and pull up the screen here, and we'll get started. All right. So, all right. Uh, Um, so there it is, Dr. Seuss, and oh hey Wes, um, dude, if you're feeling insomniac like, I can I can send you a StreamYard link, and you can help me talk about this crap. um, but let's see, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. If you choose to accept, that's cool. If you don't, that's cool too. Um, but yeah, hold on. Bear with me, people. Um, All right, there we go. Um, all right, so okay, never mind then. All right, well, we'll get started anyway here. Dr. Seuss, apparently, Dr. Seuss is six Dr. Seuss books will no longer be published over hurtful and wrong imagery. Hmm. What is the hurtful and wrong imagery? On Tuesday, Dr. Seuss Enterprises, the business that preserves and protects the author's legacy, announced that it will no longer publish six books because of racist and insensitive imagery. The books will include and to and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street, and if I ran the zoo. In quotations, portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong, the company said. The decision was met with divided reactions and sparked a discussion on how to deal with books containing racist or other offensive imagery. Well, oh look, they even got it. The following may contain sensitive material. Oh my God! I wonder what it is. So we get the Associated Press talking about it, CNN talking about it. Yeah, the most trusted name in news, right? Hell, Al Jazeera is even talking about this crap. Oh, good Lord. The LA Times, the LA Times is pretty much a trash rag anymore these days, I swear. Um, uh, apparently, somebody doesn't like, apparently it's something about this particular little bunch of words must be offensive, apparently. I don't know. I mean, kids, kids have been known to chew on a stick or two. So I don't know. Let's see if we can actually get an actual. No, there's nothing to click on there. Let's see what the Associated Press has to say. Click on this one. I hate this thing because for some reason I have to keep switching back and forth in order to highlight the ones that I want to discuss. And what? Hold on a second here.
Hello there, broski.
Hey, rookie. So yeah, dude, I'm just surfing the Twitter sphere and talking about what's trending right now, and I was just about to pull up a article from the Associated Press talking about the Dr. Seuss books that gotten pulled.
Oh.
Um,
So he's gay now, or what?
Yeah, right. No, I think if Dr. Seuss was gay, then he wouldn't be getting canceled. They
Okay.
Although I don't know. I mean, what's her name? Ruby Rose, was it? The first Batwoman was.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be bi, right?
She wasn't lesbo enough.
Yeah, she wasn't lesbian enough though.
She only had 3 carpets. She only had 3 carpets under her. She needed to have 10.
Really?
Yeah, isn't Seuss dead like a million years ago?
Yeah. No, well, I don't know how long he's been dead, but apparently, his 117th birthday is coming up.
I think it's like right now, or I think today was his birthday.
But anywho, apparently the company that is in charge of reprinting or whatever his books say that 6 of them won't be published anymore because they got hurtful words in them.
Wait, hold up. So it's not all. I thought they were pulling all his books. Are they? Is it just the 6?
Apparently, it's just 6 of them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's good. That's so stupid that they're pulling 6 at all. I mean, what? What was harmful? I saw something about Chinese sticks.
Yeah, well, there was I think it's a different article, but somebody in their picture has the words highlighted about a Chinese boy who likes to eat sticks.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, we, as a kid, we used to put non-food items in our mouths and chew on them. I mean, it's
sand, anything,
but I
anything
mean,
plastic.
yeah, I
People,
guess,
people nowadays still do that. They'll chew on things
yeah,
like
but I mean,
erasers, pencils, pens.
but
They chew
I
on
guess
shit.
since they, since it specifically highlighted a certain person of a certain ethnicity,
Inton?
yeah, that you know uh, could have spread a certain thing.
Disease? Oh, never mind.
But
Okay.
anyway, let me switch my tab here over so I can read this better. But it says 6 Dr. Seuss books won't be published for racist images.
Can I
But
see the images?
it also did say on another thing I was just reading about, words too, apparently. But so the Boston Associated Press, 6 Dr. Seuss books, including And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street and If I Ran to the Zoo, will stop being published because of racist and insensitive imagery. The business that preserves and protects the author's legacy said Tuesday. These books portray, these books portray people in ways that are hurtful and wrong. Dr. Seuss Enterprises told the Associated Press in a statement that coincided with the late author and illustrator's birthday. So, not only are they trying to get rid of some of his work, they're trying to do it on his birthday. Isn't that nice?
Well, so it's like, were these supposedly racial images like hidden from existence until now, or what?
I mean, dude, apparently, I mean, like,
I'm saying
they
because
get,
Dr. Seuss has been around, like his books have been around since like what, the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, something like.
I
I
mean,
don't know when.
he's, I mean, I grew up with Dr. Seuss, okay, and I've been on the earth for a half a century now, so it's been it's been at least that long.
Well, it's like you're older than me, and it's like you've
Yeah,
had it when you were a kid, I assume, and I think I
right.
was around before your generation, at least one more generation.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, apparently he was going to be 117 years old this year, so
That's what I'm saying. So he had those, good 90 years
yeah.
ago. He probably wrote them,
But yeah, it says ceasing sales of these books is only part of our commitment and our broader plan to ensure Dr. Seuss Enterprises catalog represents and supports all communities and families, it said. So the other books affected are McElligot's Pool, On Beyond Zebra, Scrambled Eggs Super, and The Cat's Quizzer. Okay,
Okay.
so
Sounds normal. Sounds normal.
A book about a pool, a book about a zebra, eggs, and a cat. Okay, just want to get that straight.
Yeah, of course. Naturally.
The decision to cease publication and sales of these books was made last year after months of discussion. The company, which was founded by Seuss's family, told AP. Dr. Seuss Enterprises listened and took feedback from our audiences including teachers, academics, and specialists in the field as part of our review process. We then, with a panel of experts, including educators,
I
to
think
review.
experts is. I think that's in quotes.
Yeah. Right. Dude, I did. You can't see it, but I did air quotes when I read that. But to review our catalog of titles, it said. So whoa, wait a minute, easy there. And to think I saw it on Mulberry Street, an Asian person is portrayed wearing a conical hat, holding chopsticks, and eating from a bowl. Oh my God!
Wait, in China? What?
Yeah. If I ran to the zoo includes a drawing of two barefooted African men wearing what appear to be grass skirts with their hair tied above their heads. Oh.
I mean, is that not an inaccurate depiction of some areas in Africa? If they were even black people, I mean, because sometimes they just have creatures.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's which of course they're not gonna.
Do they not provide images for us? Because
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe
no, it appears that they do not. Because I mean, well, why would they put the actual pictures up? And to
why
re,
not?
well, because it would re-offend us. It would.
Oh, we get double offended.
Yeah, it would hurt our feelings even more.
Times two on the offense.
Yeah.
Of course.
So now I got scroll back up to where it was. Okay, so says books by Dr. Seuss, born Theodore Seuss Geisel in Springfield, Massachusetts on March 2nd, 1904. Okay, so if he was born in 1904, I'm guessing that he was. It's totally conceivable that he was cranking out books by the 30s. Okay,
that's what I was saying. People said that I think around 1920 was his first publication.
Yeah.
I think,
but see, have been translated into dozens of languages as well as in Braille, and are sold in more than 100 countries. He died in 1991. He remains popular, earning an estimated $33 million before taxes in 2020, up from just $9.5 million 5 years ago, the company said. And so they want to put a dent. They want to put a dent in their $33 million by shelving 6 of their books from their stable. Okay. Forbes listed him number 2 on its highest paid dead celebrities of 2020. I wonder how he voted.
No, I know, right? Well, maybe it was lost.
Or I'm curious. I'm curious if Dr. Seuss voted last year, like
maybe
like some other dead people did, allegedly. Got to put that disclaimer out there. But behind only the late pop star Michael Jackson. Within hours of Tuesday's announcement, Dr. Seuss books filled more than half of the top 20 slots on Amazon.com's bestseller list. Of course, you're like, hey, well, we're not gonna, we're gonna get rid of these, so people are like freaking buying the shit out of them. Of course. But Mulberry Street, If I Ran the Zoo, were on the list, along with The Places You'll Go, Green Eggs and Ham, and others still being published. But I thought Mulberry.
Thank goodness they were only Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah.
And they weren't like green eggs and fried chicken.
Well, two of those first two that is mentioned there are two of the ones that they're shelving. But apparently, the places you'll go and green eggs and ham are still good to go.
For now, they haven't found a reason to hate them yet, to be offended yet.
Yeah, I mean they'll be like, oh, green eggs and ham are
you're judging picky eaters. How dare you? Some people don't like to eat that stuff. They don't want egg farts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hurtful to green pigs and chickens or something. I don't know.
Extremely.
So Random House Children's Books, Dr. Seuss's publisher, issued a brief statement Tuesday. We respect the decision of Dr. Seuss Enterprises and the work of the panel that reviewed this content last year, and their recommendation. Dr. Seuss is adored by millions around the world for the positive values in many of its works, including environmentalism and tolerance. But criticism has grown in recent years over the way Blacks, Asians, and others are drawn in some of his most beloved children's books.
From the 1920s, right.
As well as in his earlier advertising and propaganda illustrations. The National Education Association, which founded Read Across America Day in 1998 and deliberately aligned it with Geisel's birthday, has for several years de-emphasized Seuss and encouraged a more diverse reading list for children. Which, I mean, promoting other authors or whatever is fine and dandy. But
if you're representing like the Dr. Seuss, and there seems to be a whole company around Dr. Seuss alone. That seems kind of counterproductive. Right. I mean, the Dr. Seuss books seem to be quite, timeless, considering, whatever stories are being placed there. You can have them from the 1920s to like over 100 years, and people can still, generations of new kids can, get into it, and it's easy enough to read, and it's easy to learn. Go dogs, go! Hell yeah, left foot, right foot. Remember all that shit?
But I mean, so like this Read Across America group, okay. Deliberately, made that thing on this day, on his birthday, right? Because I'm sure he was such a prominent fixture or whatever in everybody's home, as far as some of the first books that you get your child. But but then to de-emphasize, as they put it, the works of said author that you deliberately align your event with, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it says school districts across the country have also moved away from Dr. Seuss, prompting Loudoun County, Virginia schools just outside Washington, D.C. to douse rumors last month that they were banning the books entirely. So they're saying no, we're not, we're not doing that, I guess. Research in recent years has revealed strong racial undertones in many books written/illustrated by Dr. Seuss. The school district said in a statement. Yeah, I'm not sure how much more of this I want to read. Here's the thing. They it's us, it's we grown-ups, we grown-ups that that place these so-called undertones, right? We're the ones that are placing these undertones on this stuff, and by we I mean them. but it's like you up listening to or not listening to watching like Bugs Bunny cartoons and whatnot, right?
Yeah, that stuff, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. And them and many others like we saw stuff that happened on those cartoons, and and we laughed, and we copied them, and stuff when we were out playing with our friends and whatnot. But that was about it. It wasn't until we got older or grown up, enough, at least high school aged, to where we'd sit there and watch that same cartoon and go, oh boy, old Pepe Le Pew, he's just, Pepe Le Pew isn't getting the hint, man. It's like, and stuff like that.
Isn't that a skunk that hits on all the cats or something?
Yeah.
The Pepe Le Pew, the French kitty or the French skunk that thinks everyone's a cat, right?
She happened to walk underneath a ladder or something that had white paint on it, which gave her the white stripe, and made Pepe think that she was a skunk instead of a cat.
I thought you were going to go with that she got the paint, or that she walked under the ladder and then got superpowers or something. She got the ability to fly.
Yeah, well, maybe if she was being portrayed by Brie Larson or something.
Yeah,
but, dude. Anyway, my point being is that we don't see things as children the same way we do when we get older, right? And it's not only until we get older that we we either notice things or we think we notice things, and we interpret it in our own way, and if we happen to be in a certain mood, or if certain things are going on in our life, we're gonna put a negative spin on it, or at least there's that possibility, but if you if you look at something and you just read it for what it is, that's sometimes that's all there is to it. It's like, they think that, oh well, if you draw a somewhat traditional or dare I say stereotypical image of a certain ethnicity or whatever, then oh my God, it must be racist. It's like, and that would be like me. That'd be like me having a fit over the cartoon like Snuffy Smith or something. It was a like a newspaper cartoon about a hillbilly, and he had like the he wore like the straw hat.
Woo-wee, tarnation. We done going over here like that over there.
Right, he had a straw hat and wore bib overalls all the time, and but you don't see me, you don't see me throwing a fit, about
no, but you see, you're
them
white.
portraying, them portraying white people, from the country as a bunch of, brain dead rednecks,
You have white privilege points, so you can't get offended.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
We have too many in our stock that we can't. There's no offense. It's like a video. It's like a game.
Yeah.
We just have too many points added up to where anything that would be considered offensive is like, oh well, that's 5 points, but we have like a million, so it doesn't affect us.
I'm just gonna stop sharing that screen.
Yeah.
I don't want to give that thing any more freaking. But dude,
my mom was actually pissed. She's on Facebook. She doesn't do Twitter, and she doesn't really pay attention to this kind of stuff. But she was like, "Hey Jeff, they're not going to publish Dr. Seuss anymore." And I'm like, "Oh, you just heard about that?" She's like, "What the fuck is that?" And she's like thinking about all the ones that she used to like, and ones that when there's new kids around, Dr. Seuss is an obvious type of one you could get a plethora of different types of books for kids. Are You My Mother? Wasn't that a Dr. Seuss one? Back in the old day, bunch of them.
Dude, I don't know. I would have to. I'd honestly have to look him up.
It probably is. Just based on the style. It was like a little bird falls out of its nest or something, and it keeps on walking up to different things, going, "Are you my mom?" And it goes up to a bulldozer. "You my mom?" Nope. It goes up to a dog. "You my mom?" Nope. It's just like, and it's just like she was like, "This is stupid," and I'm like, "Man, this is the pop culture stuff that keeps on happening." It was subtle, or just started like in 2015 to escalate. It escalated in 2015, and it's just gone up and up since then.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah, man, and I don't know. It's just because, and like I've got both of my kids are the youngest one is 10 and the other one's 18. So they're I'm guessing that they're both past the they're both past the Dr. Seuss age.
Oh, they definitely are, but I mean, even still, they probably read it to a kid babysitting or something, to a nephew, to a something, a niece.
But I mean, it's I don't know, man. It's like it seems like they, and the people that are being offended, I'm guessing that probably zero of those people that are being offended are not. Well, they mentioned what? They mentioned a Chinese kid and and some black guys, right, earlier.
Yeah.
And so I'm guessing that there are zero people of Asian descent or African descent that are offended by these books. What do you think the Vegas odds are on that?
Well, I'm betting that they're usually not that sensitive to where this would offend them.
Yeah. They'd
be like, "Oh, there's a drawing. What do you do?" Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's
like, is it because we're bored? Like, is it because people are too bored now?
Well, I mean, something along those lines. Yeah, I honestly think that people think that there are things that they need to do. They they need to do these things, so they can, say that they help change the world or something, like they have to give themselves.
But it won't even help them get laid. So what's the point, really? I hope get Dr. Seuss canceled. Want to bang? No, it's not. I doubt that will work with them. I doubt that'll work.
Yeah.
Hey, Gina, I helped get Gina Carano fired. wanna head up? Oh, dang, you so badass. Like, is that? Do they think that like the equivalent of canceling is like I don't know, leading an army to victory? Like,
right.
It's the Twitter being the head of it, though.
Yeah.
It's just like,
and which, I mean, me personally, if somebody used that particular pickup line, like if they actually tried to use that pickup line on me, I helped, cancel Dr. Seuss, or I helped cancel.
I got Aunt Jemima off the syrup
I helped
bottle.
cancel Gina Carano or something like that, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, let's go.
Mr. Potato Head ain't nothing no more.
Right? Yeah, let's get out of here and get naked. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And so we'd go for a drive, and I'd be like, yeah, this looks like a good spot. Go ahead and get out. And after they get
that's
out,
generous. I would have just said, hey, open the door real quick, and then just speed up and kick her out.
After they get out, I'll take off.
Yeah.
But
it's the best idea.
Yeah.
I helped get Mr. Potato Head to not be Mr. anymore. Want to go to my place?
Yeah. and don't worry, okay, for anyone out there that is listening to this now or later, don't worry. I'll make sure that I drop them off somewhere where they have cell service, so they can call a cab or something. Okay.
I mean, a short cliff wouldn't be too bad either, though.
Yeah.
That's a survivable fall.
Yeah.
Might twist an ankle though, but they can walk a mile to the next gas station. They'll be all right.
Right.
And on the way, they can think about it. Gee, was it really worth canceling everything? How'd that help me here? Oh right, that's kind of dumb.
But, okay. Dude, oh crap! I didn't want to click on that. I don't care what.
Wrong tab, porn tab. Oops.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to find like another thing to talk about here for like another 20 minutes or so, and I accidentally clicked on the CNN article about what the Dr. Seuss, and I'm sorry, but one article from one trash freaking.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? The didn't they try to like remove women out of women or something?
What? You got
like with Twitch or something? Didn't they try to like make women not women? I don't know what's going on with that.
Dude, I honestly can't even keep up anymore.
I think they put like an X in the spelling, and it's like, huh? They're like, we're trying to be inclusive with all the trans.
There was something which I can't find it now, but there was something about Texas and Mississippi opening back up.
Oh.
Like full on freaking, full on open.
Show me that shit. That'd be a reason for me to actually go down to Texas.
Well, the thing is, I'm having trouble finding it now because apparently they updated and.
Well, son of a bitch.
So.
What are they done doing that for over there?
Let's see. So I bet they're here's something that we can talk about for 20 minutes or so. It looks like it looks like they're gonna start having an issue with Bill Burr.
Yeah, Billy Boy.
Since apparently, just within the last few days, on his podcast that he does with another comedian, Bert Kirshner or something like that, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And they had another comedian as a guest, and this guy brought it up, and so Bill was like, excuse me if anybody heard that. But
would you fart?
No, I burped.
Oh.
Anyway, this other dude, brought it up, and Bill Burr's like, was talking about how how Gina was an absolute sweetheart, and and that but he also said that he's like, basically, well, crap, I guess I'm gonna have to watch what I say now too, because I'm on that show as well.
I'm actually surprised he didn't get targeted first a while ago.
And,
he's always got a mouth.
Yeah. But I saw some people earlier today. They're like, oh well, he's he should have said something sooner, and this, that, and the other thing, and of course there's the other people that are that were just waiting. They were just waiting for him to say something. Like come on, Bill, come on,
quit being a good boy.
Show us. Say something else. Say something else so we can cancel you.
Quit hiding your true self. Yeah. We know you're bad. We know it.
And I told him, I'm like, look, Bill Burr seems to be a reasonably intelligent guy. He could probably figure out that, that Gina didn't necessarily need his help. And also, I can also understand, the fact that, there may be, oh, hey Seggy, love you too. Thanks for popping in. Anyway, but I mean, Gina, Gina's a big girl, and she's she's literally a fighter. So, and like I said, Bill might have some things in the works where he may or may not be impacted financially, well, by commenting on all this crap. But that the thing is, though, with me, kind of like defending Bill, in regards to talking to this other person, I'm like, it's not like Bill is afraid to say much of anything. I mean,
of course, he always says his mind.
He's making a career out of saying, controversial and non-PC stuff.
That's what his whole stand-up routine has been for the most part. But also, I think I think the reason why he hasn't been as I guess saying stuff, social media and all that, and speaking up in other ways is because he probably realizes he's getting kind of older, and he's able, and he's in a spot right now where he could do some things that he wants to do, and he's on a Star Wars thing. He's probably wanted to do something like that for a while, so he's like, okay, I'm just going to keep my spot for now, and maybe I can get a couple of years of some cool roles in before I'm too old to be cool in them. So and then keep on doing stand-up comedy. Who knows? I have no idea. He just seems like he just likes to talk. And he's going to try to fulfill a few things here and there. So he'll talk when he feels like it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's
he doesn't need a white knight for Gina, you know.
Right.
Does he need to go? I need to defend her. It's like no, it's fine. And if he did try to back her up, I mean, honestly, if anything, he'd have been pushed to the forefront of the cancellation before,
right.
like, and then they deal with her later because
Well,
he's in a way he's actually in a way he's kind of more famous than her. To be honest, he's been more popular. I feel for longer.
Yeah. Well, it's like, have you seen like the Bill Maher clips?
No, I mean, I used to watch his old stand-up comedy since way before The Mandalorian, so I don't really know his like interviews
Bill
and stuff.
Maher, not Bill Burr, Bill Maher.
Well, you said his Bill Maher clips. I thought you were saying Bill Burr with Bill Maher.
Yeah, no. Bill Maher had a little bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? A monologue or whatnot on his show, talking about cancel culture, and he mentioned Gina Carano and the Mandalorian and all that, and he was talking about he had Bill Maher had never heard of Gina Carano before all this stuff blew up, right? And that he was kind of irritated that he was hearing about it, but it's God, I don't know, man.
I think he's more irritated. I haven't seen his clip, but I assume he's more irritated that this is what people are riled up about rather than like stuff with science and like other things that advance the world. And we're kind of to be honest, we're upset about like a movie thing and like a nerd thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's important in the sense of like job and freedom and all that, but it's also like, like he's saying, if a scientist were fired tomorrow, how many people would be like hashtag, save the scientist or some shit? It'd be like, who's that guy? What does he do? Whatever.
Well, and I don't know, here a while back, Bill Maher was talking about people like us, that get that get all upset about this thing or that thing, in our modern mythologies and whatnot. And he's like grow up, quit being so butthurt over a cartoon or a comic book or whatever. And so it's but at the same time, it's certain people have used they've used these things, comics.
They're a great influence on people's life and creativity. They probably like those movies and all these mediums have probably influenced people to make some cool things that have helped benefited humanity.
Yeah, but I mean, pop culture, things, of this nature, comic books, cartoons, and whatnot, can easily be used as a propaganda tool, and that and that's what they've been doing. That's what they've
I think that somebody like Bill Maher sees it as like, oh, you didn't do my comic the way I wanted it to in the movie. I don't know if he's seen any of the other stuff that goes deeper than, like, oh, my comic wasn't the way I wanted or the movie wasn't how I liked it or something. I imagine he's not actually looking into anything going on deeper. Like with Gina, it's it's not just, oh, it's a Star Wars thingy. It's like, no, this is somebody's job, and over speaking freely, it goes deeper than just it's a Star Wars thing, But I doubt he'd look that deep into it.
But that's the thing, though, that like with Star Wars, and the whole, the Force is female, and we have to have a female hero in everything now, and the the High Republic crap.
The more vaginas, the better, apparently.
If you don't like what we're doing, you're
a bigot.
You're a bigot, or you're a white supremacist or whatever. And that's and they're using our pop culture to fuel the flames, and it's I don't know, and luckily though it seems like we've collective, as a collective or whatever, more people are starting to stand up to it, or at least get annoyed by it, because apparently a lot of people are downvoting just about every Disney video that there is on YouTube these days, and leaving comments, about firing Gina and stuff like that. So,
it's like the more that they do this kind of thing, the more that other people start to realize it, even though, we might have known about these kind of things since Ghostbusters 2015 or so. But other people that kind of, even if they kind of knew about it, they go, oh, that's not affecting anything I know or I like or whatever. It's like, well, now it's getting to the point where it's kind of hard to avoid it.
Yeah.
Like, you step around a pile of shit, once. Okay, that's just one pile of shit. Okay, there's another pile of shit. And then there's like, as if 5 horses just took a dump in a row in front of you. You're like, okay, this is a lot of shit I got to avoid. What the fuck is up with all this shit? Like,
well, it's kind of like that. I don't know, not sane isn't exactly the right words, but it's something along the lines of, well, they came for this, and
you give them an inch, they took a mile.
They came after this thing and I didn't do nothing because it didn't affect me, and then they came after this and nothing, and came after, but now they're coming after me, and now there's nobody to back me up to keep them, so
yeah, you waited too long, and by doing nothing, and now there's no ground. By the time you're in trouble, it's like, oh well, if you helped them, you wouldn't be so screwed right now. But look where we're at. Oh, this stuff doesn't affect me. That doesn't affect me. Well, I doubt we thought, oh, Mr. Potato Head, Dr. Seuss, Star Wars female character. You wouldn't think that stuff would be targeted at some point, or would be tackled or anything, but it just does, and it can be anything. Even themselves, even if like they'll be one of their own at some point. Oh, what the hell? And it's like it's just a constant. It's like a constant machine that just needs to keep on being fueled. And it's like, how do you like keep it busy without taking over anything important?
Well, speaking of going after their own, Rosario Dawson. Right.
Well, yeah. Well, no, another female and one of color.
Yeah. Right. She's a female POC, and self-proclaimed like bisexual or something, right? And she's dating one of the most recognizable, or because I don't want to say prominent, but anyway,
notorious, I guess.
Cory Booker, right? Cory Booker, one of the Democrats that you see a lot, in the news and whatnot. So, you would think that she would have, that that plot armor or whatever, right? But no, they're still going after her because of the whole transphobia thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's actually not surprising. I mean, you said it yourself, Ruby Rose.
Yeah, Yeah,
you weren't. Well, you have to have a higher woman notch count as a lesbo. You have to have at least 7 women, maybe, to have on your notch count if you're supposed to be bi or gay or whatever.
Right. Well, I guess apparently they wanted a gold star. Somebody who's like never had a penis or been with a penis, whatever.
Been with the penis.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say, I had to clarify from had a penis, because then
right. Of course.
Yeah. That would these days people would think the whole trans thing. So anyway, never having been with a male, only scissor action going on.
Yeah, only a carpet cruncher.
Yeah,
all right.
Only to be but even still, I don't know. What's her name? Javicia or something like that.
What?
The gal that they have now for Batwoman.
The gal that they have now.
I've never seen the show at all. I didn't watch the first season or this season.
I've only seen reactions from like Mueller and Jay Longbone. I have no idea. They never really mentioned this actress's name.
Right.
So I don't really know.
It's like Javicia Leslie.
Javine Jafuva.
But all I know is that she fills out the suit a lot better than Ruby Rose did.
Yeah, but to be honest, oddly enough, that stupid red wig is better than the afro.
Yeah,
like oddly.
But I don't know. I mean, which that's one thing about black women or whatever is me personally. I like I like it when the black girls have like the natural hair, as opposed to what is clearly like a wig or whatever. But
a giant rose bush on their head.
That's beside the point. Some of the stuff that I take not necessarily offense to, because offense might not be the right word, but I heard mention of one particular part on one show where they basically said that that only white kids get saved, as far as being victims of crime or whatnot. I don't know what it was exactly.
No, I think the context are you talking about one of the episodes?
Yeah.
I think it was that like a black girl went missing, and they were saying that only white kids get found.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, virtue signal much.
Well, no. What's even worse is that in the context of the show, she a little black girl went missing around the same time as a little white girl. But the difference is the little black girl was more of a class thing of like money, supposedly, because the white girl that went missing was the daughter of somebody that's high in society, of like the police and stuff,
right?
And
a little
wealthier and all that. And then it's just and then there was like a different event that happened in the day, and not as many people were looking for the other person, and it's not because of her skin color. It's more it's because of lack of social notice. The other person, it was directly tied to the police, so that
but they didn't but they didn't say that, though, did they?
No, of course not. I'm just pointing out.
They didn't say. They didn't say class. They didn't use the word class. They used a color.
Yeah, of course. I was saying J. Longbone.
They said only the white kid gets saved, or only the white kid gets found, or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I was saying it's bizarre that they'll say it like that. It's like, oh, only the white kid gets found. It's like, well, that has no factor into this. Right. So what is the point of that? What?
Right, like there's no, they, and like I said, having not actually seen the episode, I'm just going off of what I've heard from people who have seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to just to imply that only minorities are poor, is bullshit. Okay, because I well, for the first, like, say, for the first 11 years of my life, I guess you could have considered me middle class. But after my parents got divorced, and I went to live with my mom, I was I was a welfare kid for a while, So,
Mm-hmm.
It's it's just the
But you were also white.
By the way, what's up, Snow Dub?
Snow.
But anyway, what are you two doing up this late? 'Cause we don't know when to go to bed.
It's only midnight, brah.
Yeah, we don't know when to go to bed. So yeah.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
feel like talking. Yeah.
But the narrative these days of the people, it's pretty astounding to me that there are people roaming the earth these days that have no conception of a poor white person. They think there's actually people walking around now that think that there is no such thing as a poor white person.
Well, I think there's some that do, but they'll say, "Well, at least you have the benefit of being poor and white."
Yeah. Well,
assuming that somehow makes your position in life better.
Yeah, and I actually had somebody, try and use that on me or whatever. It's like, well, at least you don't have to worry about being racially profiled or whatnot. And
that happens more often now than ever.
Shit like that. I'm sorry, but shit like that just, I mean, it absolutely flies all over me because, I have not received anything or gotten any fucking special privilege because of I happen to be Caucasian. Okay. If there was such a thing, as fucking white privilege, I would have never ended up being homeless. Okay. I'm in an apartment right now, but in order to get the apartment that I'm in right now, I had to spend 2 years in a transitional housing facility for homeless veterans. All right, to get this voucher, that enables me to have a roof over my head.
Yeah.
So and I guess if you look at it a certain way, you might consider that a privilege. But it wasn't because I was fucking white.
The day we get those checks.
I got the damn housing voucher because I was a fucking veteran of the United States military, okay?
Yeah.
I signed away X number of years of my life, okay? That saying that I would, give up just about anything, including my life, okay? In order to get the what little benefits I've gotten for being a veteran. So, to tell me that, I'm, I got this or I got that because of the fucking color of my skin, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, seriously.
But anyway, I did this for about an hour last night, and we're kind of in that. We're actually like probably a couple minutes longer tonight than I was last night. So, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, and I'm trying to make this kind of like a regular thing. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it, this late at night. I might try to do it. I might try to do it in the morning, to see, if I get a little bit more traffic doing it, in the morning time. But
you might. So you'd be surprised. Sometimes there's some late nighters that'll come by, and it's like, like according to Christy, she had like 30 people watching her at like 2 a.m. our time one time. I was like, what the hell?
But I don't know. Maybe as this thing goes along, maybe it might turn into like a couple of hour thing or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. I was able to catch you now because I was able to get off work, eat, and noticed you were up. I was like, okay, shoot, I'll come in. Why not? But I actually got to head out though now. But it's cool chatting, dude.
Yeah, man. But for right now, I'm just gonna try and do this for about an hour.
Yeah.
Till things, until I can see what's going on with what.
Yep. But yeah, I'll let you finish up. I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, man. Take it easy. But anyway, for whoever may still be around, I appreciate you coming by, and we'll see you again. Hopefully, we'll see you again tomorrow. And until next time, fair winds and following seas. Good night, everybody.